On to you, Taurus, out here. So for you, you have the you have the Star card, the Knight of Swords. Excuse me, the Star card, the Knight of Wands, and the Strength card. Want to get this right. So for you, Taurus, I'm seeing that you, Taurus, would like to find someone that is a good fit for you. However, what it is that you are meeting or what you have met is people essentially who are pigs, right? And that, you have to really watch your way around how you date them, because there's a lot of mind games going around playing, right? And that if you don't watch your own back, people will try to get as much out of you as they possibly can, and then the next thing you know, right, you like, wow, right? You don't find out until it's much too late. And so the thing about it is that for you, Taurus, the Strength card represents a lot of you just had to learn how to say no, right? How to make no a really good friend of yours, right? Saying no, a friend of yours, because like I said before, people will try you and get as much as they possibly can out of you as they can, right? So the thing about it is, anyway, the situation for you, Taurus, is that because the Star card right here represents someone who is being hopeful. It represents, an individual that is hopeful, someone who very much so loves love, but at the same time, even though they love being in love, they're actually looking for the correct person, right? It's not someone that's running around out here that loves love, that just, wants to just be for everybody, you know what I mean? And wants the attention of it all, right? Because that's a little bit of a problem when people say that they love love too, right? That can be a problem. But then again, too, right? What do you expect? Taurus are the lovers of the zodiac, right? So we're basically in your wheelhouse, of course. Y'all are ruled by Venus, of course. So the thing is that for you, Taurus, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Justice card, like I've been talking about, right? In other readings, right? Of course, not obviously in this one up until now. But the Ten of Pentacles and the Justice represents that a lot of you, Taurus, are actually content with how you are now. And I want to go ahead and say for you, Taurus, for you not to change in that regard, to actually be who you are right now. Because I want you, Taurus, to really understand you're really doing a good job regardless of whether it is that you believe it or not. You really are doing an amazing job. You really are. And the reason why is because I can't explain to you how many times being myself would have worked in a lot of situations. Like there's been many a times where even in high school, right? Because I have to take it back and compare it to now, how like in high school, my friends at the time would have told me all that woo-woo, zuzu, voodoo stuff that I go ahead and I talk about. Yeah, don't talk about any of that. And I would have listened to them because I didn't know myself very much. I'm trying to fit in and everything like that, even though that didn't necessarily work so well, right? Work sometimes. And come to find out, me being myself would have worked. Because I didn't find out until much later, like if you're trying to date, a lot of the people that I'm trying to date, they know they zodiac sign. It's the guys who tried to front and stunt like zodiac isn't something, right? The women, they rock with zodiac signs. They know what that is. They know a lot of them that I've spoken to personally, like off camera, right? Personally, right? They know they moon sign. They know they sun, obviously they sun sign. They know their ascendant sign, right? They can tell you what those three things are. The guys, oh, I don't believe in that or whatever. Yeah, but the women do. So if you trying to holler at them, that's another conversation starter. And plus they love talking about that. So it's like, if I would have just not just acted, but if I would have just been myself the whole time, son, like I would have essentially hit a home run, basically. So it's like, that's the point that I'm trying to make, though. Even with you, Taurus, don't change just because of somebody else. Like, real talk, don't change because of the fact that somebody else has put you in a situation where it's like, oh, whatever, trying to make it seem as if you're lame or whatever. And I'm telling you from personal experience, all the stuff, Taurus, all of it that people would have said that I was weird for, it works. It's working. Like, it's working. I'm going up, asking them their zodiac sign. It's working. It's literally working. I know for a fact, I know a Fendi fact that it works. So a lot of the way that you Taurus are dating, the way that you Taurus are carrying yourselves, it's working too. How you are carrying yourselves, you're content with how you are. You Taurus are carrying yourselves like class acts, which is great, because you should be. The Four of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, and hey, you letting other people be upset with you, let them be upset. Let them do that. And I'm being very serious. Let them be upset. Let them go ahead and be upset with you and try to start something that doesn't necessarily have to be started. Let them do that, because at the end of the day, what they're going to be doing is they're going to mess themselves up, chasing up behind you, Taurus, trying to get you upset, trying to be reaction seeking. You just sit back as much as you possibly can. I know that people aren't perfect. And you just let them play the games by themselves. And you just observe them and just move forward when you're ready. Because the Six of Swords represents, because what's going to happen is all they're going to do is realize that they're wasting their time trying to be reaction seeking. And they're going to be as dysfunctional as ever, right? They're going to realize what it is that they had. They're going to realize that they had an opportunity to get to know you, Taurus. And they blew that opportunity, unfortunately. They messed up that opportunity. So, and then you may even hear from them, depending on how great you were and are. Then you have the Empress and the Eight of Cups. So, these two cards right here for you, Taurus, represent how you have stepped your game up. And what I mean by that is that you, Taurus, are better than you are before, basically. You, Taurus, very much so, are better health-wise, financial-wise, emotionally, mentally, right? So because you're better, because of those things, you, Taurus, are in a position of power, right? You're actually doing the work, done the work, continuing to do the work. So now you're not unnecessarily comfortable with yourself, right? There's a lot more comfortability that comes with self-knowledge. And this is what it is that everybody needs to really start finding out, especially young. The younger, the better. The younger, the better, because they will build that integrity very young. I never could be bought. From the minute that I found out 14 years old, this form of higher knowledge, this metaphysics and stuff like this, couldn't be bought, because I was figuring out who I am, who I was, as I was studying. You feel what I'm saying? That I don't come from a broken home, dysfunctional, and I don't come from a sense of servitude or whatnot, or just perpetual servitude. My family actually has a great legacy behind them if you dig far back enough. So that was a sense of confidence. That was a sense of pride for me, where I was like, okay, I could walk with my head held high because, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that I don't come from perpetual servitude. You know, my people were free. My people owned the land. Always was from America, never from Africa, right? And now and I started to understand what my mom was talking about when she said, we don't come from Africa, we come from America, right here, the land right here. Different parts of America, right? Alaska, Chile, you feel what I'm saying? Some of my family members come from the West Coast, other states, but we come from America though. Feel me? Some of us come from Brazil, Saint Vincent, right? So, and for you, Taurus, it's no different. You're able to let go of certain people due to the fact that your confidence is where it should be. It's not so high to the point where you're putting yourself on a pedestal, but it's not so low to the point where you'll accept anything. It's right where it needs to be. And a lot of people are not going to be able to take that. You know, they feel like they got to humble you. Now, I don't know who gave them that authority, why they have taken it upon themselves to be the person where it's their personal responsibility to do that. But okay, let's clarify. It didn't work, them doing that. But let's clarify the Eight of Cups. The Tower wouldn't be a Taurus video if there was no Scorpio energy in here. The Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, then you have the King of Wands, and then you, Taurus, have the Five of Pentacles. To clarify the Tower. Excuse me, to clarify the Eight of Cups. So what I'm saying here for you, Taurus, is that a lot of you, like I said before, the Tower, the Two of Wands, you're really not afraid of walking away from relationships, whether it's something new or not. But it's not, the thing about it is, what makes it healthy is the fact that you're not afraid of walking away from dysfunctional relationships. You know, if something isn't going well, if something is not healthy, you do not have a problem walking away from it. You'll see plenty of people who will stay in dysfunctional relationships, sometimes for years. And then you'll be asking yourself, okay, but for what though? And then you have the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. A person is not going to last very long with you, Taurus, trying to be your overseer, trying to, you know, constantly tell you what to do, and thinking from the perspective, or moving from the perspective of them being stuck up. You know, them acting like they're so much better than you and they have everything figured out. That's not going to last very long. The Five of Pentacles, you will send them back to the streets where they belong. Because that type of mentality and the way that they interact with other people, it's maladapted. They're going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And anybody that has self-respect is going to be like, no, they're not going to stick around with them. And why would they? So let me clarify the Empress and then get out of here, because the Empress did pop up twice. So the Empress is you, right? As well as the Eight of Cups. But to clarify the Empress, it represents you, but it represents your totality, right? The Hanged Man, the Fool, the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, and then you have the Eight of Wands, to clarify the Empress. So the Hanged Man and the Fool, the Ten of Swords right here, right? But let's clarify these. Let's Talk about these two. Number one, this represents for you, Taurus, how it took you a long time to get here. It took a lot of patience. It took a lot of discipline. Not only that, but I just see that a lot of you, Taurus, kind of feel betrayed at how much it is that you, Taurus, are learning how to be healthy, and at the healthy things that you do and did naturally works, as opposed to the social media terrible advice that people give you. Because like it's supposed to be, oh, fit in, try to be normal. And it's like, okay, but what is the concept of being normal and what is fitting in? Social media, talking about money. And it's like, but have you actually tried talking about money? You know what I'm saying? Have you actually tried talking about money? That type of stuff gonna get a lot of people bored though when you try talking about it all the time. I'm telling you what it is. I haven't done it myself, but I've seen it. I've literally seen somebody else talk about money and it didn't work. You know, the person was bored out of their mind, and they just use spending and like spending to impress the person, to have them like be into them or whatnot. And it's like, yeah, but the person is using you though. The person doesn't actually know who you are, because you listen, because for the most part, look, I ain't even gonna get too deep with this thing, fam, because there's some real truths that I can say that a lot of people ain't gonna be ready for, fam. You know, just contact me, you know, for personal readings, and I'll kind of break down the game to you there, right? But the Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords, right? Ten of Swords, Six of Swords, excuse me. This is about how you, Taurus, like I said, you've been through trial and error. You just been through a lot of experiences enough to know what works for you. And like you know a person is putting on an act when you try to get to know somebody and they're talking about how you lame. And so the things that the Eight of Wands represent to you, Taurus, not backing down. You're not being afraid of being called lame by an actual real lame. So I just see a lot of you, Taurus, have a bold, you're just a level of boldness that's coming along with you, Taurus, because you, Taurus, you know better. You have the knowledge. And now that you know what works, you know that being yourself works, right? And why? I don't see a lot of people even coming close to successfully convincing you, Taurus, to start doing the social media normie, trying to do that type of stuff, type of thing, right? If you ask me, a lot of you, Taurus, you feel very confident. You're walking around with your head held high and proud of who you are regardless, because like I said, you know what works. Like I said, if I would have been myself the whole time, you know how many phone numbers I would have walked away with? You know how many just being myself, just not even trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't find this out until literally 2019 when I figured it out. And I was like, look, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I figured it all out by myself. So, because after trial and error, the stuff didn't work. A lot of goofy people giving me terrible advice. And then when I go try it out in real life, the stuff doesn't work. So that's it, though. That's all it is that I wanted to say in this reading. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000. Leave some comments. Comments help, most definitely. Leave those likes. Really appreciate it. For all those Taurus of you who are more gracious, make sure to watch the whole video, or as much of it as you possibly could. At least half, maybe. But it's up to you, though. Share it with your friends, your family members, your co-workers, you know what I'm saying, that's into this type of stuff. Really appreciate it, though. I hear a lot of you will share it. Appreciate it. Shout outs to y'all. And come through and get some readings, right? Get the books, get the merch, so I can most definitely keep the channel up, because all of that stuff actually does help. Peace.